What's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to do a quick market review on ES and NQ, what we did last week, and areas that I'm watching for this week. So we're going to start off with ES. And if you kind of look at what we have been doing on ES and how we closed on Friday, we are extending higher. We are establishing value higher now, and we closed at new weekly highs. But throughout the week, we were watching this area in the Discord, if you remember, right? This was the range that we were trading in for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And this specifically, this 570 to 490 range. Those were your range highs and lows, support and resistance areas, as you can see marked by red and green. So now that we have kind of held those levels, if you can see on this Trump tweet, we pulled back, swept a little underneath, reclaimed, and we started to establish value higher. Look at where your value area high has moved to. Initially, it was here. We've kind of expanded higher, and the value area high now in this range that we've been trading in for 2 weeks established at 590. And look at how we closed. We closed above at new weekly highs, new monthly highs as well. So in any sort of pullback, let me get rid of this. It's not as important. I want to see price defend here, right? This is where I want to see price really defend. 600 to 590. Let me actually extend this as a 10-point range that I'm really watching specifically right here. Really, really important. So in any type of pullback, if buyers were really strong in taking this higher, you want to see 600s, 590s hold. If it doesn't, what can this become, right? It could become a look above and fail on the larger time frame where buyers try to extend higher, trapping all the buying here, and then we get to move back into the range. So really, really important level we're going to be watching going into the week, Monday, Tuesday, how we react on any pullback to 600s, 590. A secondary important level is the 570s. We watched this level many times. We've seen many reactions off this. Why? Because it was your previous value area high, your range high, extreme point, and you're seeing some reactions off it, a lot of fake outs around that level. So I would say that's your secondary area that buyers have to defend. Okay, so those two areas are really important going into the week that buyers really need to defend. Now above, there's not really too much, right? So we're at monthly highs right now. This structure that we've been forming for the last month is really, really good. Like, think about it. We established value higher. We broke out. We started establishing value higher, and now we're trying to break out again. So that's what you want to see on the larger time frame from buyers, is continuing to stair step higher, right? On bullish trends, you tend to see these type of things where we're stair stepping higher with value forming higher and higher. So the key is, can the buyers defend these two areas we mentioned? And above, I really want to watch this WIPOC area right here, above this swing high. So this swing high here, this happened on, I believe, the 14th, for night of the June 14th. This swing high at 649. And we also have, check this out, we have WIPOC of this range right here, where we're making all-time highs. That's where your WIPOC sits. So I want to see how price acts between 650 and 660 above, right? And something else to really consider is we're really close to all-time highs, less than 100 points away from all-time highs. So keep that in mind. ES is very, very strong relative strength compared to NQ. So those are the levels that I'm watching going into the week on ES. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. And let's take a look at NQ now. All right, so looking at NQ, let's take a look at what NQ did. So this profile that you see here, let me mark with the zone. So this profile that you see is the last week's weekly profile that we created on NQ. You can kind of see where the volume cluster is building out up here, right? The key area that I want you to really watch is how we're building out a cluster in this range now, right? A lot of volume traded in that area. So with that in mind, I've kind of marked out the two areas that are really, really important going into the week in red and green. This is a major, major resistance. You know why? Well, take a look. Look at the volume distribution here, right? Look how we've been trading in this range. It's your extreme point in this range. And that's where price has traded a lot of volume. It's where 70% of the volume is traded inside. So going into the week, I want to see how we react at these hundreds, 120s, and see if we can get some trades around that really, really important level. If you can hold above, look for a move to this range inside of here. The edge of this range is 350s. We saw some rejection here beginning of the month at that area. So those are the two important levels overhead that we need to keep an eye on and see the reactions and the orders coming in. Now below, we talked about this many times, even in the pre-market stream coming into the week, the 30K cycle level. We've seen tons of activity there coming in. Look at this on the breakout. Look at the orders coming in at the offer on this breakout. Buyers defend, and then we just kind of go up and down in a small range for the rest of the day after that. So on any pullback, this is the first area of defense for the buyers. I want to see buyers hold price to continue to see if they have momentum to take this higher around 30K. Now, if 30K gets lost, this is the big battle zone that we've been talking about. Also, since we've been in this range, again, these levels don't really change. They kind of, we just have to see the reactions off it, and they continue. They remain the same, right? So, again, we've seen the activity at 900s, 880s. How we've seen that. That's a big area. Buyers need to continue to defend above. Below that, that's when I start to act or trade with a bearish bias to see a further retracement into this range, right? So if you lose 900s, 880, I could see us really retracing back down to 700s specifically, and look at the little volume traded throughout the week below 700s. So that could be a quick flush to 550s if we get underneath. And the range lows, obviously we want to watch it. The range lows, the range lows right now where it sits is around 400, but I like this 350, 300 area better because of look at the touch points that we have here, the reactions off it. A lot of sellers trapped on this huge leg up. We come retrace it, quick buy up. Look at this reaction. We got a nice little look below and fail there earlier this week off that as well. Look at that, where we had a strong move underneath to extend lower. Buyers quickly buy it up, and then we've just had a grind higher since then. So this is the key area. Again, I'm going to mark this. Let me change the color to this. Green, really, really important level in this range. Super, super important. If buyers lose this, we can see downside continuation and volatility really pick up underneath there. So keep an eye on 300 as well. Anyway, that's it for this market review and what I'm looking at going into the week. Hopefully it makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat, and good luck trading to everyone watching this. I wish you the best. Manage your risk well, and don't blow any accounts in a single day. It's important to survive. Longevity in the game is one of the most important things. Okay. Anyway, have a good weekend, and trade with you all tomorrow. Peace.